What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Profit Eneh. If you're joining me for the first time, I'm a relationship coach. In today's video, we'll be looking at this video that went viral on TikTok where a guy proposed to his girlfriend with a Pandora ring, and modern women are going crazy over it. But then the good thing about this is that the women who understand what it means to be traditional and to grow with a man are actually fighting back because, well, like I always say, the world is not bad because of just the bad things bad people are doing. The world is also bad because of the good things good people have refused to do. And one of those good things is speaking out. So when good people start speaking out, it is better. And also, if you're watching this, if you're a lady or even if you're a guy, this is very important to me because I want you to know that social media, it can be a good place or a bad place for you. It depends on which side of it you are on. And if you don't have a mind of your own, they can actually influence you to do what you're not supposed to do. So be mindful of who you're listening to. But with that said, I want to encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching this for the first time, or maybe you're a returning watcher, if there's a word like that. But then please subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video. And don't forget to share and like this video so that YouTube can actually promote this video. All right now, I don't want to waste any of your time again, so let's dive into today's video. So I just showed you guys the proposal, or the video the guy posted online after he proposed to his girlfriend, and they were both happy, enjoying themselves. Well, they decided to share it with the world, and then the backlash came. People left so many ugly comments, like always. Some people, when they see good things, as long as it's not them, or even if it's them, they always leave a negative comment because somewhere in their life they enjoy being negative. So some people were like, no, I can't take that ring, it's a Pandora ring, I can't take it, it's too cheap, he doesn't show that he loves you, blah blah. You know the typical thing. You know it. I wanted to read comments for you guys, but then there's no point reading the comments because it's the typical thing. Babe, why should you take that ring? He doesn't love you, he doesn't care. You should be taking $10,000 ring. You deserve more. All the whole thing they usually say. But then a guy eventually made a video after like going through the comment section, and he made a video, and then that's when they even actually started becoming even crazier. Also, keep watching to the end if you want to see the couple's response, because I have it right at the end. Don't skip this video. Watch, because that's why you're here. Watch the whole video. All right, so that you learn something, because I left some very, very important tips that will help you to actually have a healthy relationship and avoid this kind of women that we're talking about today. All right, let's watch what the guy has to say.
Come to the type of rings that people are being proposed to with, y'all know how to act out sometimes, because I just watched a video of this girl get proposed to with a Pandora ring, and people are coming at her talking about oh my God, I could never get proposed to with a Pandora ring. You're not even getting proposed to.
You don't even have a
And
man.
once again, I'm going to make my statement again. If you feel some type of way due to the type of ring you got, we already know how they feel about cluster rings. But now I see we're adding Pandora rings to the list. If you feel like you wouldn't accept a marriage and or somebody proposing to you due to the type of ring they use, you don't care about the marriage. You care about the materialistic item
True.
of the marriage.
True.
Because at the end of the day, as they say, you can upgrade a ring at any time. But you just being ungrateful in that moment is the biggest red flag we could ever talk about. So if it is a cluster ring, if it is a Pandora ring, if it's a ring from Amazon or Walmart, and you turn your nose up to that ring, you don't deserve that ring. You don't deserve that gesture.
You don't even deserve the man. You don't even deserve the man, because so I don't know, maybe some of you have heard me say this, and I'm always going to be saying it. See, guys, when a lady loves you, material thing is like the least thing she's thinking about. She's always going to prioritize your presence. Your presence is what she cares more about. And I think the problem starts from the way guys pursue relationships these days. They try to lead with their money. You throw money. That's why typically they will be like, if you don't take me to a dinner, spend those 200 5-star restaurant and all those kind of stuff, then you're not the one. The truth is that as a guy, if you lead with your money, you end up with women that are most likely going to be ungrateful. But if you learn how to lead with your character, come, show up, show them your character. They might reject you, probably get multiple rejection. But the good thing is that you are getting rejected by the ones that are very materialistic, the ones that will want to divorce you tomorrow and divide your wealth. But if you don't lead, I'm not saying be stingy. No, the whole point of not leading with your money is that you're not flashing the money. Because when you start flashing money, you attract so many things. Like you attract everything. You attract the good, the bad, the ugly. But when you withdraw or when you withhold that money initially, when you lead with your character, you will see that the bad ones will not want to be with you. The ones that are after money will not want to be with you because they're not seeing the money. So it's very, very important. See, when a girl likes you, even when it comes to all these first dates, coffee dates, dinner, or whatever, I'm telling you, if a guy, listen to me, if a lady actually cares about you, if she finds you attractive, if she loves you, and if she's well mannered, she cares more about your presence. Where both of you go to is the least thing on her mind. She doesn't care about it so much. As long as your presence is there and she knows that you care about her, that you treat her well, every other thing is just a plus. That's the truth. So don't allow yourself be used by some of these women who are just probably hungry. They want to eat and all those kind of stuff. So do your best. Do your best to ensure that you are not setting yourself up for failure, because if you eventually end up throwing money in front of her, you do all those things, lavish. I'm not saying be stingy. No, get what I'm saying. If you want to take care of her, take care of her. But then don't make it look like your money is what's speaking for you. Let your character speak for you and let the money be the backup. Stop allowing the money speak for you and your character your backup. You see the difference between those two. Allow your character to be the first thing and then the money the backup. The money, you treat her because now you have seen that she's well mannered, she's kind, she's loving, she's respectful. Then you spend those money. That's how it should be. I'm telling you the truth, because there are so many people out there today looking for people that are rich, that they will just fall in their laps and then maybe use and find somebody else tomorrow. So a girl that loves you, a girl that cares about you, a girl that wants to be with you is not like prioritizing how much you buy the ring. As long as there's a ring, I'm being honest with you. I'm not saying go and buy the cheap ring and be cheap and all those stuff. If you have the money, if you want to spend the thousands and millions and buy a ring, that's your pocket. That's your pocket. Spend it. That's your piece of cake or whatever they call it. Do that if that's what you want to do. But then the truth is that even when because like he said, they upgrade rings. Some people will even a girl who is reasonable will know your financial capability and know that, oh, spending 10,000 on a ring is not wise, because it means that you guys are going to be going into debt or something like that. She will even prefer that you put that money towards a house. You don't have how are you even a guy and you don't even have a mortgage, a house, and you're trying to pay 10,000 on a ring? Are you okay? I mean, are you okay? But then, anyway, so after this guy made this video, some other people started like tagging him, like creating multiple videos from his video. And now we're going to be looking at the modern women who are really angry.
It's Cecilia, the shut up ring lady. I've been summoned and I couldn't wait to answer. So,
Auntie Cecilia.
loser men who are broke often say that if you won't accept a low quality ring, you don't care about the quality of the marriage
Which
or
is
the
true.
relationship. That's what users say, because they're
Now,
trying to get the most out of you for the least amount of investment. That's what the ring signifies.
you see the problem. You see the problem here. There, when you start seeing some of these things as investment and return, like you technically make your relationship transactional. Like, I understand that there might be subtle transactional things that go into relationship, but then it's not pronounced. But then when you start making it obvious that your relationship is transactional, if you give me this, I give you that. Investment in me, in this, I invest in this, in you, and all those kind of stuff. You are no longer in a relationship. You're no longer married. You people are just business partners, just probably doing things for yourself to see how it goes. And tomorrow, when the whole investment goes down, you find yourself in divorce course, because that's what usually happens when you have this mentality of investment as like a business, kind of something transactional. It doesn't work. The truth is that love, marriage, relationship is not supposed to be transactional per se, but it's supposed to be something of a mutual selfless service to each other. because the word love means that you care about that thing, so you want the best for that thing. And when you are seeking to do the best for that thing or that person, the person is seeking to do their best for you too. That's how it works. But when you now start making it look like it's specific, very transactional, do this for me, I do this for you, then you are really, really in for a big trouble.
The investment. He says material things don't matter. Okay, so when he asks you for a PS5, go bring him a used Nintendo,
How does
a
that even
used
compare?
Nintendo 64, because material things don't matter, right?
How does
He
that
asked
even
you to prepare
compare?
dinner, hands him a plate of that plastic food, your children give to their dolls, because material things don't matter. All that matters is love in the
How
relationship,
does that
right?
even compare?
If he wants a little physical relief, and he asks you to do a certain kind of job, tell him he can get it done himself with his hand, right? The end result is the same. Whether you give him some brain or whether he does it with his hand, it's the exact same thing, right? Because all rings are the same, all jobs are the same. He's going to change his tune real quick. A guy like this.
How do you compare ring to responsibility? Like, does it even make sense?
Wants to get you a cheap ring and also stick you with 100% of the childcare, 100% of the domestic chores, 100% of
How
all the
does it even
work around the
compare?
house.
Is
He's
he
going to do
providing?
nothing and expect you to do all that other stuff
Is
while
he
also
paying the
expecting you to
bills?
work.
Is he providing for the household? Is he doing all that? Is that not what you compare with? You're comparing all that those stuff with ring. Oh my god. I mean,
it's also why he said in the beginning of the video that he was talking about women critiquing another woman's Pandora ring on a video that she put up. Oh, women like this aren't even getting proposed to. First of all, you don't know that. You don't
we
know
know
whether these
because
women
they're
are married or
single
not in
there.
the comments. But that's why he made that statement. Men like this want to turn the actual act of proposing or getting married into the prize. So that's all they have to do
We are back to
in
this
order to
price
compete.
conversation.
He can propose to you with some dusty cluster ring or a ring pop, and you're supposed to be over the moon about it. A lot of people had a lot of things to say when I said, based off that whole ring pop thing with Sophie and Joe Jonas, in addition to many, many other red flags in their relationship, I said, this isn't going anywhere. This is going to end in a divorce. Oh,
The
you're
ring
bitter.
pop
Oh, you're
wasn't the problem. You know, one thing about this thing is that sometimes when people divorce, they find one thing to say, this is it. Like you said, they had so many other red flags. It wasn't the ring pop. There are other people that are married, happily married, and they use that same ring pop and all those stuff. They are very, very happy. So most times when marriages break, it's not just because of one thing. So don't use that one thing just to justify what your argument. It doesn't make any sense.
jealous. Not a month later, they were getting divorced, and everybody had to come crawling back and say, oh my God, you were right. I'm not clairvoyant, guys. I can just read the signs. When a man has the resources and he can do better and he doesn't, it's not cute or kitschy. It just means he doesn't like you. And if a man is not striving to honor you and honor the commitment, give you a symbol of love that shows his intention and his care and his, knowledge of you and what you like, he doesn't want you. He wants a cheap maid. For broke men, a wife is nothing but a beast of burden, okay? She's the maid, the secretary, the cheerleader, the psychologist, the chef, the chauffeur, all the things he cannot afford rolled into one, okay? So stop falling for that crap.
I won't say that there are no bad men out there. We establish that there are bad men out there. So it's not looking like we're just saying that women are bad or whatever. There are bad men, or we're not excusing men out of this. Yeah, there are men who are probably terrible in so many ways when it comes to how they treat women. We know that. That's established. We are not saying that there are no bad men. But what people used to forget is, even when they are reacting to situation, is that they bring every other thing, like there's not even related to that particular thing, to try to justify their point, and it's not even making any sense in this case, because this is a guy who proposed and the girl loved the proposal, and you guys are saying all these things. I mean,
doesn't love you. He just wants a cheap way to get all the labor he can't afford on his own. We've done the math before, but if he spends $500 on a ring for a penny a day, he is getting services that he could never afford. That's the breakdown after about 5 years.
same transaction.
He is getting all these services for a cheap $500 ring, and you know you're worth more than that, okay? And he is not cheap.
I think
with
generally,
anything he wants.
if you have a mindset of transactional relationship, like he has to do this for me to do this, or she has to do this for me to do this, I don't think you deserve to be married, or you should be married. just stay single, because you mess up, really. You will mess up. If marriage is transactional to you, you will mess up. It's not just a matter of time. You will mess up.
on. Look at this guy and his hat he's probably using to cover up his bald head. I bet this hat cost a pretty penny. You know, his sneakers, his gaming system, his phone, his setup, all that stuff cost money. So why aren't you entitled to some of that same investment? He doesn't like you.
But
Oh, and
wait
now he's used
first.
their
Sometimes I understand the part of, like I said earlier, if you care about something, you look after that thing. But the problem that we are struggling with in this generation, like the problem that is most people are struggling with, or something like that, when it comes to ladies, the entitlement mentality. It's really an issue where you feel because a guy said, I'm interested in you, that means the guy assumes responsibility for you. I've said this before: a man is not responsible for any dime if he has not married you. Everything a man does is from his heart because he cares about you, he loves you. But it's not a responsibility. It's not his responsibility to do that. It's your parents' responsibility to take care of you too. And it's your responsibility as an adult to take care of yourself. So if you mentioning that his heart, his gaming system, those are his properties. He worked for them. He has the right to buy them for themselves. You as a lady, you buy things for yourself too when you make money. So I don't understand where all these things coming from, because a man owes you nothing unless he cares about you and he's generous and he wants to take care of you. But the entitlement mentality, that's the problem. That's usually the problem. When you start having that entitlement mentality, it's really annoying. You yourself, you know it. If you're a lady, you saying this, you know it. When a man has, just imagine a man has entitlement that because you are together, then you must, like, for example, people, the way you believe that a guy should take you out on a dinner date or whatever, and the guy has this entitlement mentality that once he goes out with you on that date, that you must sleep with him. How does that make you feel as a lady? Does it make any sense? So think about it that way.
You're
How
right.
does it
In
even
this
relate?
particular case, you don't owe me anything. You don't have to get me a certain type of ring, but you're also not entitled to my yes. I'm not ungrateful because I'm not getting into a contract that doesn't serve me.
You see, that's what I'm
You're
saying.
greedy because you're
He doesn't owe you anything. You don't owe him. Yes, it's simple and fine. So I feel like this thing is so simple. If he proposes with whatever he has and you say no, then both of you remain single. He goes his way. Everybody stays on their own. Everybody's happy. Everybody's sad, or I don't know, whatever you are. But then, if you really want to get married and you know your guy very well, and you know that this is what he can afford, and you know that you guys have a plan for the future, if he proposes to you with a Walmart ring, what else are you looking for? It might be cheap, but yeah, that's where you guys are right now. And it's possible 2, 3 years, 4 years, if you guys break how's it called? Is it break out or we do what? If you get a breakthrough, you can upgrade those rings, you can upgrade those cars, you can upgrade your house. That's how life works. It doesn't have to be flashy from the get-go, even when they don't have it.
going to get everything for nothing. You made an offer, I rejected it. Move on.
Yeah.
And to all the women bigging him up in the comments, did y'all get picked yet? Oh, y'all aren't even getting proposed to. People get $1,000 rings and don't even make it to be married. First of all, $1,000 is a very small amount to spend on a wedding ring or an engagement ring.
I see.
Second of all, y'all seem to accept anything. Why aren't you married? I know money isn't the barrier. You know, these are low quality things.
The first time
I'm truly sorry that some people's parents taught them that they don't deserve the best, but you do, okay? I don't care what somebody else has told you in your lifetime. I don't care if they told you you're only ever going to get married by settling and putting up with anything and, you know, holding him down and letting him, you know, oh, he knows where home is and just taking his bad treatment. It's not true. Marriage should not be a precursor to suffering. It's supposed to be a union. It's supposed to be
suffering,
about
engagement
him
ring,
making a
how does it even
commitment
relate?
to honor
Engagement
you
ring,
and
suffering.
treat you well and an exchange of love and devotion. So if he doesn't care about your style, if he doesn't care about something that's going to make you happy, if he doesn't care about the things that you value in the beginning, what makes you think the marriage is going to be any better? He's not treating you at least as well as he treats himself. He's not buying himself knockoff Jordans, is he? Did he buy himself an old, beat up, battered, refurbished
Guys,
phone?
I'm tired of listening to this,
he
to be
got
honest
the
with
new
you.
iPhone. He got the new Galaxy. He got whatever it is that he wanted. So why doesn't he give you that same kind of treatment? Marriage is not an accomplishment, okay? It is valueless unless you're being treated well within it. Men are a net negative. That means overall, they're adding more stress, more wear and tear. Married women have worse health outcomes and are more depressed than single women. This is just a scientific fact.
Where
Single
is the
women are the
science?
happiest of
You
all
see,
women,
you
again,
see, you
according to
see what I'm
science.
saying? They will want you to stay single, whether you like it or not. You see, misery loves company, and they want you to stay single. Instead of you getting married and building with your man and grow your world together, they will prefer you to stay single. That's the thing. They'll tell you single women are the happiest. But if we check it, we have the funny thing is that if you go on social media, it's always women there posting videos. Where are all the good men? Where are all the men? Where are all the this? Where I went on a date, this and that. It's and the number of women I know, I think, yeah, it's possible. The number of women in the world is probably more than the number of men in the world, because I think we see a lot of women and all this kind of stuff. But then you see, many of them want to get married. They're tired of being single. I'm not shading anybody or whatever. Has their right to desire marriage, and it's very beautiful. Marriage is a beautiful thing. But saying that single ladies are the happiest, I don't think I agree with that. The truth is that you can be single and be happy, and you can be married and you can be happy. It all boils down to who you choose to get married to. There are some people who will get married and yes, they are sad. Why there are some people who get married and they are very happy. And the truth is that there are a lot of men. Men die very lonely most sometimes, or sometimes they die early. That's the thing, because they are trying to go out there, conquer the world, and provide for their home and all those kind of stuff. So yeah, I don't know the stats. I'm not quoting any stats, but no, I don't think I agree with that. I don't think I agree with that. I might be wrong, but I don't agree with that.
Money
You know
because
the
they have a
reason
nice
why I
infusion.
think people usually think that men are happy is because most times men don't speak their mind, and most times they die with those heavy weights on their hearts. That's the thing, because it's easy for women to just voice out what they feel, and everybody gets to hear that they are feeling so terrible in their marriage, or maybe it's not working out for them. It's so easy. Like, even if you go on TikTok now, you discover that like almost like 80-90% of the videos are women making videos about different kind of things and their life and all those kind of. You hardly see a man kind of sit down and talk about his life. A day in my life as this, a day in my life as that. Is very rare, because sometimes men don't do those kind of stuff. So it's very easy for women to come out because they are more expressive, they talk more, to talk about all those things they are experiencing or whatever. But a man will probably just keep quiet because he feels that if he comes out to speak, they will tell him to shut up. They will probably tell him to man up. They will tell him to be a man and all those kind of things. So it happens. So sometimes it seems like men are not suffering in marriage. Men are suffering in marriage. That's the truth. Women are suffering. I'm not doubting that. Some women are suffering, but then men are also suffering in marriage. But then because we don't say it, they don't come out to express it most times. People don't know. You only see it, or you only see how crazy it is if they cannot get a divorce and all those kind of stuff. But yeah, a lot of men are actually suffering.
Cash coming into the house. Women put 90% of their salaries into the house, while men only put 35. The remaining money he is pocketing for his own pleasures, his golf, his
Where's this
running,
lady
his
getting all the statistics? The men that we are saying that they are like the providers and all those stuff. If you're not making, women will tell you, if you're not making equal or more, I'm not getting married to you. My money is my money and your money is our money. Like, where are you not getting your statistics, auntie? But then I'm not saying that there are not women holding down the front in their home. There are a lot of women. I will not lie to you. There are a lot of women holding down the front in their home. Like, they are the breadwinners, that they are doing so well. God bless those women for holding their family together, and I hope that their husbands are actually treating them well for all the good things they are doing and all those stuff. I hope that they are not being maltreated, even holding, like, after doing all those things for their family. But then you cannot go about saying that women put out their salaries and men put 35 and then go and drink with the rest. That's crazy.
whatever his hobbies are. He's got a nice little man cave, has somebody bringing him beer and whatnot. He's living the life of Riley. So if you want that, you have to pay to play. The institution of marriage wholly favors men. So the least you can do is get her a nice ring as the first step to making things a bit more equitable. Like and follow for more.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You know, sometimes when you see people talk about some certain things, you know that they're just talking because they want to talk, or they just want to be they want to do is they want to play a supportive role to whatever they are promoting or whatever. Because saying that men are more favored in marriage sounds so wide, but then I think men and women, I always believe that men and women are equal contributors to the premarital or relationship issue. I feel like I don't know the statistic of who enjoys marriage more, but I can't go out there and say, oh, women are more disadvantaged or men are more disadvantaged. But then if we look at the divorce rate, that's what we usually use to judge most in this kind of situation. When you look at the divorce rate, it's high, and when you look at who institutes or who like initiates it, you discover that it's usually the women that initiate this divorce, and most times like the lady is getting full custody, and then maybe the man's money too, and all those kind of stuff that goes into it. And you say men are more favored, like they have a lot to lose and all those kind of stuff. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't get married. I love marriage. You should get married. I just, mine is just ensure that you're, that's why I said don't leave with your money. Ensure that you're finding or looking for somebody that has good character, homely, wants to build with you or wants to grow with you, wherever you people are. But the person likes you for you, not because of the money you have or what you stand to buy for her. If you find that kind of woman, then you are blessed. But if you end up pursuing the ones that want you to throw money left, front, right, center, back, my brother, you will lose out. It's simple. Most times men are at fault for all these things. When you lead with your money, you're at fault. It's not, the women are already positioned themselves in that way. It's you that want to go and date the baddies and the rest. So yeah, men, you gotta be wise. Let's hear more.
When it comes to the type of rings that people being proposed to with, y'all know how to act out sometimes.
No. If you love your ring and you picked it out and it's everything you've ever wanted and dreamed of, then go off. If other people have something to say about it, scram, hit the road. Don't want to hear it, don't care. But if the girl doesn't like her ring, therein lies the issue. My husband would have never proposed to me with a Pandora ring, no matter how broke we were at the time. And I've been married for almost 9 years in June. We've been together 8
So
years.
what
And
if you guys were really broke? What would he have proposed with? He probably would sell some of his properties just to buy you a ring, and you think you are wise? I mean,
we got married. I was 24, he was 25. And the ring that I had then, I loved it. Was it the most extravagant ring? No. Was it a Pandora ring? No. And he upgraded me. But
probably
it's
might be a
all
Walmart
in
ring, but she
what
probably won't tell us what the ring what the ring was. But he says most. Why don't maybe let me see if she's talked about it where the ring is from. Or let's see.
the girl, everybody wants in the situation. Okay? Don't start projecting ideologies onto women on what they should or should not accept within a marriage proposal. If I don't want a Cracker Jack ring, I don't have to accept a Cracker Jack ring. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not ready for marriage. You should know me enough to come correct.
The only thing about this lady that I wish she did was to tell us where the ring the husband proposed, because I think she said they were broke or something, and he wouldn't have proposed with a Pandora ring. I really wish you came out to tell us what the ring was. It probably might be cheaper than Pandora ring, but then, I mean, it could be more expensive. I don't know, but then, anyway, you guys will be all right.
So I just watched this TikTok on how a man said a woman is ungrateful if a man proposes with a Pandora ring and she doesn't accept it or she doesn't like it, right? And I totally see where he's coming from, but also you should be dating within your own caliber. Like if my man proposed to me with the Pandora ring, he knows that that is not up to my standards personally. So that's something that he should never be doing. He should always be meeting you at the same level that you are or more, right? So, and I think that's vice versa for men too. Not all women are gonna want the, huge diamond. They don't care about that stuff, and that's fine. But you have to find someone on that same caliber. Maybe they care more about going on vacation or saving up money for a home, and they think that that's silly, right? Like, I think that you should be able to have those conversations, A, and B, be with a man or a person of the same caliber as you, because that is super important. You're never going to be happy in a marriage where the man is underperforming to your standards. So that's how I feel about that, because I feel like it's been going around and people have been talking about it. That's my input.
The only thing I think about this lady is that she stood somewhere in between. But then the problem is that when you talk about dating within your caliber, I mean, if men if men start dating within their caliber, I mean, and when she talk about caliber, she's talking about financial power and whatever. Then most ladies will probably won't get married, because you guys say men earn more than women or whatever in the economic system or whatever. Then if men stick with women that are earning the same wage or the same salary as they are, most of you that are not even making that much will probably won't get married. But the reason why most ladies are getting married today, or maybe getting married generally, is because men are willing to like date down, like date ladies who are not even making anything, because they are more interested in, is she a homemaker, can she take care of the home? That's the whole thing. That's something some people don't understand. Men and women are not looking for the same thing, because most ladies they have made us, or they have made men in general understand that our money is our money and your money is our money. So most times a man doesn't put his mind on a woman's money. So even when you have that money, he doesn't care about it if you are not respectful, if you can't take care of the home, if you can't do the domestic aspect of being married. So that's the thing. I mean, is it fair? I don't know. The word generally is not fair. So I mean, it is what it is. But then the lady stood somewhere in between and was talking about dating within your caliber and all this kind of stuff. Like I said, just ensure that you're dating someone that has sense. That's it. Anyway, I think from here we'll probably see the women fighting back. Let's see what they have to say.
I watched a video of a girl who said,
I think from here I'll probably just allow you guys watch this, because I feel like they have something good to say. All right, let's go.
in response to the viral Pandora engagement ring video, that you need to date within your tax bracket. If you're a Maserati girl, she's gonna expect a Maserati ring. And that's the one thing I did not agree with. I make 6 figures. I married someone who also makes 6 figures. We met in college when we were broke as fuck. We didn't marry knowing that each other was going to make the amount we're making now. And he proposed with a glamorous ring that I was not expecting. I'm standing in my anime room. He could have proposed to me with an anime figure. He could have proposed to me with Itachi's ring, his Akatsuki ring. He could have bitten the tip off of a bugle chip and put it on my finger and proposed to me. Like, I'm literally wearing a Totoro turtleneck. Do I look like I need some big ass ring? Be for real. Be so for real.
Hey y'all. Okay, so let's talk about it. So some of y'all in the comments of that video is real upset. Y'all over here like, oh my god, if it was me, I'll say no. But it's not you. And to be honest, it probably will never be you. Because if you're so mad about him proposing with you with a Pandora ring, you are the problem and you don't deserve to be proposed to. But anyways, to be honest, Pandora rings are expensive. I wanted to get me a nice Pandora ring for myself and I paid $50 because I wanted to get something cheap. Listen, it don't matter what you propose to me with. If you want to propose to me with a Walmart ring, hey, it is what it is. Long as you love me, you care for me, and we can stack that bread up together. That's the only thing that matters. What they used to say, y'all just want to keep up with the Johnsons. Cause my people used to tell me, like, why you trying to keep up with the Johnsons? Like, dang. But that's my 2 cents. Tell me how you feel in the comments.
I feel so good about your 2 cents. It makes so much sense. Thumbs up.
The only women that find a problem with this are the only women who expect a man to just drop out of the sky and give them the same ring that Kanye got Kim. Not Kim. You're not Kim Kardashian. Y'all need to snap out of it. Wake up. These niggas that we want to pay for everything don't have money. Let's be real and honest here. Majority of them don't.
In
I
this
expecting these
economy.
men to pay so much for a fucking ring. At least he's wanting to propose. At least he wants to marry her. Y'all ain't getting nothing but and babies and stress. I think I'd take the Pandora ring over that.
So this is a thing that women like to do. Women will throw subliminal messages to belittle somebody or put them down. Women like to shame. A lot of women have shaming tactics, especially when they're not healed. Listen to how I said not healed. So what women will do is if they see another woman getting married, look what you just said. They all went and said, oh, you got a Pandora ring? I could never. Now that's going to make that woman go, should I not accept a ring like that? And if that woman is weak and listens and influenced by her friends or by women on social media, she's going to go and tell her man that. That's what girls do. They like to plant seeds in your head, get you all feeling negative, making your mindset all different and alter the way you think about your partner. That's what toxic women do. So that's something that's not new. Now you know why a lot of men don't want women.
Let me just jump in and say this. That's why I keep saying it again. If you're a lady listening to me right now, make sure that you have a mind of your own. Don't allow social media to influence you that badly that everything you hear, it becomes your lifestyle. No. Have a mind of your own. Have a standard for yourself. Have a rule for your life. And not everything they say on social media that you should run with. Know how to weigh things, sieve the ones that are not good for you, and apply the ones that you know that are healthy and wise. Not just pick everything that you see and then run with it. You will mess up your life. Being honest with you, you guys too. Like, don't allow people say things like bash women or something like that, and then you kind of just take it and start hating on women or whatever. Like I said, I don't bash anybody here, but if I see something that doesn't make sense, I'll tell you that this doesn't make sense. Whether it's a guy or a woman, it doesn't make any sense. But then what I'm trying to say is that make sure that you have a mind of your own. If you're looking for a partner, ensure that you find somebody that has a mind of their own, that is not controlled by the social media, that is not controlled by social media, or you know what I'm saying. Anyway,
To have certain female friends or certain women that will influence them, because there's women like that. Now let's get to the point. I personally feel like baby showers, gender reveals, weddings, and all that are theatrical, dramatic events now. They're not even about getting married. I always talk about my grandparents because those are the people who raised me. They got married in their backyard. They put their handprints and their feetprints in their backyard and got married. And I feel like that has more sentimental value than worrying about a big extravagant wedding. They also got married in their home, so my grandma still lives there. To me, that means the world. I could care less if my husband gets me a ring like this or a ring that's fallen off my finger. At the end of the day, the whole point of us getting married is for me to have his last name and for me to be his wife and be happy to be his wife. I could care less about the ring. And again, the reason why my opinion might be different is because I was never the girl who dreamed of a wedding and dreamed of dresses. I don't care about that. I care about the family. I care about having our kids. I care about you naming our sons, me naming our daughters. I care about the little things. I care about rubbing your back. I care about being there for you when you're sick. I care about being there when you lose your job. What happens if your dad or your mom dies? I care about those things. Are we going to hold each other down in those situations? And the reason why I'm going on a little rant is because I personally feel like some women's mindsets are not on the right topic or not on the right situations. Again, it's an opinion. What I'm saying is not facts. It's just how I feel. So if you feel like you deserve a $50,000 ring, however much the rings cost for you, by all means, that is your business. I'm never going to sit here and shove my opinions down your throat. It's my opinion, like I said. But me personally, I'm not going to get mad at my man, whether he buys me a ring from Sam's Club or whether he buys me a ring from whatever 24 karat gold places there is. And you know what's crazy? All of my jewelry that I have in is real. The big chain that I wear that has my name on it was thousands of dollars. You see what I'm saying? That I paid for. So for me, I'm not a materialistic person, but I do need real jewelry because I don't want my skin to turn green. Very sensitive to fake jewelry. As long as the jewelry doesn't turn my finger green, that's all I care about. Like I said, at the end of the day, you got to think about this. This man got down on one knee and proposed to you in front of everybody. All you guys do is complain about the man proposing. That's all you guys do. He's not going to marry you after 5 years. He's not going to this. He's not going to that. And then when he does, now you're going to bitch about the ring. Ladies, you don't ever think that sometimes you guys just you guys fixate over things a little too much and again, you know what? Have that mindset, think whatever you want. But at the end of the day, the whole end goal is to get married. The whole end goal is to have a family, correct? At least if that's what you want. So I don't understand the whole like complaining about every little thing every step of the way. That's just how I see it.
It's crazy.
And no offense to a lot of women, I can see why some women aren't married, and I can see why some men don't do nice things for you. Because if you're bitching and complaining about everything somebody does for you, you're going to make them feel like they're not good enough or they're not trying hard enough. That's just how I see it. But again, my opinion, you guys should be more happy when a woman gets married. You guys always say women empowerment, girls. Cap. You guys are lying. And the lie detector test determined that you're a liar. That was a lie. I'm being serious. The moment I seen a girl getting married, even if it's a ring pop and the guy proposed, I'd be like, damn girl, congratulations. That's their love language. That's like somebody getting married and he gets her a Darth Vader ring. You're going to compare yourself and, oh, I could never accept that. Well, she likes Star Wars and you don't. You see so how are you, like for me, I want a black ring, a blue one, or a little green one. Don't have to be big. Just, I like the colored rings. If you guys go, oh, she doesn't have a 24 karat, so whatever the fuck y'all be calling those rings. That's not your finger that it's on. And that's not your money. It's his. At the end of the day, he's eating these buttermilk biscuits, not you. So, ¿por qué te importa? ¿Me entiendes? Worry about other things, ladies. I'm tired of y'all. I'm going to take your eyes out. But anyway, have a good one, y'all. I personally agree with Jeff completely on this. Because at the end of the day, love matters. Love conquers all. To me.
Yeah, to
me.
You, because of
the whole point is amor. The whole point is being junto con mi hombre. ¿Me entiendes? I want his name on my body. Anyway, I'm going off topic. Have a good one.
Oh, she cracked me. I mean, yeah, that's very true. Very, very true. I mean, the truth is that you see ladies that are always about me, what you have to buy for them, what you have to spend on them. Those people are very dangerous people. And let me say this now. Let me just say this. If you ever meet somebody who claims to be the prize, whether male or female, avoid them. They are just a walking red flag. Anybody who is proud to like, I'm the prize, I'm this one, whether it's a male or female, walk away, because you are walking into trouble. Because the idea or the mindset that surrounds I'm the prize is a very selfish mindset. And when people put themselves in that position, they are likely going to treat you badly, because they expect that you cater to them at every single thing, and they won't do anything for you because you're not that valuable to them. Because you have placed so much value on them, they feel like they are everything, and they have the power in that relationship. They control the dynamics of the relationship. That's very dangerous. So anybody that starts claiming and if they start airing it out, I'm the catch, I'm the prize, or whatever, I'm advising you, run. If you like, if you don't, stay. But then every lady that does me, even a guy, me, anybody that has the me, what you have to do for me, watch this and that. Be careful, because you are going in for a serious problem, because they will care more about what you stand to do for them more than what they want to do for you. Anyway.
Good morning. Let's talk about the Pandora ring proposal, because I think it's ridiculous that you guys are telling that woman that she deserved a better ring. She may have liked that ring. It may have been her style. It may have been all he could afford right now. Rings are not the thing you're getting married for. You're marrying the person, not the jewelry. So if you care more about the ring than the person proposing to you, please tell him or her no, because they deserve better than you.
Better.
When I first got engaged, it was 2017. I was 32 years old. I had been with my boyfriend at the time, my husband, for 2 years. And he gave me this ring. It's a little ring from the 70s. It's two. And they go in together like this. But this ring costs $188 on Etsy. I said yes. Then I got, so we had that one. Then I got a band to go with it. And I already had this band to go with it. Then he upgraded me when we got some more money to this one. And then I got this one, which the diamonds go all the way around. And then I got this one. You have a whole lifetime to
be
worry
of good
about fucking
health.
rings you're gonna wear with that man. Make sure he's the man that you like, not the man who can give you jewelry, because I can promise you, the man who could give you jewelry is not gonna give you a great marriage.
Yeah, that's right. That's what most men don't understand. The guys that probably will be throwing cash around you, that's the problem. Like the ones that throw money around you most, they probably treat you as trash because they have the money. They can sleep with multiple women. They can do whatever they want. Even if they decide to get married to you, they probably won't even treat you that great. But find somebody who actually cares about you, who loves you beyond material things. I said this thing sometime ago. Take away money, take away sex, take away every flashy thing that you can possibly take away in relationship or in marriage, and just leave only friendship on the table. If you cannot spend your life with this person just based on that friendship being the only thing available, then don't be with that person. Let the person go. Because the truth is that in life, different things will hit you. There might be times where you'll be low in cash. There might be times sex might not be great. There might be times death might occur or things might happen. And those things, if your relationship or your marriage is based on those things, the marriage will end. That's the truth. But if you have friendship, if you really like the person for who they are, if you really like that person for who they are, even when all these things are gone, people that survive in marriage, this is what helps them survive: God and friendship. Because even when every other thing is gone, even when every other thing is lost, they are able to come together, hold their hands together, and build again. Most times it's not financial irresponsibility, it's not sex, it's not all those things that we usually call it. It's lack of friendship that ends most marriage. That's for me. Because I believe that when you are really friends with somebody and you like the person for who they are, for their personality, for who they are, it's easy for you to say, okay, this is going bad, but then what can we do? And what I mean, I'm not talking about one-sided, because one-sided relationship is always frustrating. I'm talking about when two of you like each other from that area of friendship, where you're ready to say, okay, I see what I'm doing is bad and it's affecting you in a negative way. I'm going to change. I'm going to do better. I'm going to work on myself for you and also for myself, so that I don't keep making you feel bad. That's friendship. That's what friends do for each other. When your life or your relationship is that way, even with the money crisis, poor sex or whatever, you will always overcome. But if your marriage is based on the sex and the money, you guys are already halfway through the divorce even before you get married. Anyway, so lastly, I think the couples finally responded, and man, I love this couple because they don't care. And the lady actually wanted that ring. You see what I said? Have a mind of your own. Don't allow the internet to control you. If you allow it, you'll be super unhappy.
Here. Okay, so this comment says the gag is if the ring was in a plain black box, everyone would have been saying how beautiful her ring is. I agree with that comment.
That's true.
When I made the first video, when she was in bed, I put the Pandora ring in the front of the camera, right? And I already knew, like, in my head, I was like, everybody gonna point out the Pandora, yada, yada, yada. But that's the ring she wanted, though. Like, I don't
see?
I think,
you see?
that afterwards, like, after we posted the video and it started, like, blowing up and stuff, he was like, at first when he was making the video, he told me that he was gonna buy a different box. Yeah, he said he was gonna buy a different box because he felt like he already knew people was gonna start judging us and stuff. But little do y'all know, I wanted a Pandora ring for our engagement. We had been talking about this for a long time already. Like, I wanted to up, like, my Pandora collection and all that stuff, and he knew, and he got the style that I wanted and everything, so.
They just box, though. They materialistic. And that's why they never last. Checkmate. Really? We haven't even been talking about this, though, lately.
No, yeah, we haven't been talking about it. Like,
I didn't know this video was still going on for 2 weeks. We have to move and everything.
Yeah, we've been moving and stuff, so we haven't even really been worried about it. But, like, sometimes we'll check our phone and be like, damn, it's still blowing up. People still talking about it. Is it really that serious? But it's really not that serious.
So you guys have seen it. You have seen it. The girl wanted the ring. So sometimes all this internet fights, all this gender war, all these things, I mean, it's stressful. It's really stressful. But then I want to encourage you, instead of fighting, instead of trying to tear each other apart, why not just subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell? And also like this video if you enjoyed it. Do well to share it so that YouTube can help us promote this video more. And I will be bringing you guys more video. I will try to stay on the good side now, because even listening to all these things right now is making me feel somehow already, because I mean, some of these people are just so annoying. But then You guys should check out this video here. These two videos, this one here and this one here. Check out these two videos, and I hope it blesses you. You get to learn so many things from it, and do well. Like I said, subscribe. All right, guys, take care and make sure you have a mind of your own, so that you don't allow internet people to change your mind and influence your relationship in a bad way. All right, bye bye.